What's up, guys? Python here, back with another video. And today, Chris Drury made a lot of moves. Nothing too significant, but this is probably the most significant of the moves. As here on July 1st, Chris Drury and the New York Rangers have signed Blake Wheeler to a 1 year contract worth $800K for the year. So I'm very pleased with the signing. I know that there are some questions surrounding Blake Wheeler, considering there's a lot of talk about how he was a bad locker room guy in Winnipeg and how, he was stripped of the captaincy. So that says a lot as well. You don't just strip a captain often. That's not something that really happens. So it was interesting to see. But to me, for 1 year, 800K, I can't complain whatsoever about this deal. For a guy that puts up 50 to 60 points, this is a no brainer to sign him at 800K. And I, for the life of me, cannot understand why there are some fans that are disapproving of the signing. The Rangers have zero cap space pretty much. So this was one of their best options. And they get a 50 to 60 point player for 800K. And you're telling me that you're upset about it? There's just no world where that makes sense at all. When I first heard that the Rangers were going to get Wheeler, I was a little hesitant because I thought he was probably going to get in the 2.5 million, which, don't get me wrong, for a 50 to 60 point guy is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But the Rangers have pretty much no cap space, as I mentioned. And I figured that would take away from them being able to potentially make some other moves. But they end up doing this and getting him at 800K, which is just absurd. And I am definitely not going to complain whatsoever. Before we jump further into the video, leave a like if you do enjoy, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. We're going to cover all of their free agent signings, as there's probably still more to happen. Mostly probably AHL moves at this juncture, but there's still the re-signing of Lafreniere and Miller that needs to happen. There's a couple other moves, and then we don't know if they're going to bring back one of Tarasenko or Kane. By the time this video is up, Tarasenko might have signed with another team. So we're not too 100% sure there. But when it comes to Blake Wheeler, I'm not going to complain about this. He was just bought out by Winnipeg because he was making, I think, 8.5 or something in that range. He's 36 years old, so he is on the older side. But that is how the Rangers got him for so cheap, because they were able to include some bonuses in that, which brings the AAV up to 1.1 million with the 300K bonuses. But the actual cap hit is 800K. So they get him for a very, very affordable price. And like I said, he has just been someone that produces throughout his entire career. Last year in 72 games played, had 55 points, 16 goals, 39 assists. He had a 51%. He went 51% of the faceoff dot. I don't know how much center he actually played. He had 65 faceoff wins and 61 faceoff losses, which isn't bad. Not a crazy amount of faceoffs, but a decent amount. And then he had 35 blocks, 54 hits in total. So he's not really that physical of a guy. 45 takeaways to 27 giveaways is definitely not bad whatsoever. I want to look at the possession metrics. His Corsi for it, even strength, was just something that the Rangers desperately need to pay attention to, because they have sucked at even strength for the past few years, which all of us know. It is no secret. And he was 54% last year with Corsi 4. And if you don't know what Corsi 4 means, well, first of all, you want it to be at 50% or above. That is about the average there. And that means the team is controlling the puck more often than not when the player is on the ice in this situation, which this situation is at even strength. So 54%, not bad whatsoever. The year before, 50%. Before that, 48. Below 50, but still not horrendous. 52. He's pretty much been a 50% Corsi guy throughout his entire career, with the exception of 3 seasons. One of them was 2010, 2011. Who the hell cares about that anymore? And if you do care about it, well, the next season he had a 59% Corsi 4. So who the hell cares? And then 48% in 2018-19. Again, not even bad. And then 48% in 2021. So it's really not the end all be all. His Fenwick has been pretty much over 50% as well throughout his entire career, which, if you don't know what that means, you want that at 50% as well. And that means the team was controlling the puck more often than not with this player on the ice in this situation. So yeah, again, he has good possession metrics. I would like to see a little bit more of the I want to see, does he play shorthanded a lot? Not too much shorthanded. He didn't get a lot of time on ice, only 30 minutes about that time on ice total on the PK this year, which isn't really a lot, all things considered. But I want to see, could I see like some of his other here? What are his some of his I am voice cracking here. Miscellaneous stats. My God. So shots per game, he was at about a 1.75, which is not bad at all, considering the fact that the Rangers don't have guys that shoot the puck often, and 1.75, not the greatest, but at least he's going to shoot the puck at least twice a game, probably, right? Which is probably more than a lot of guys are on this team. But that's more of an outlier considering what he's done the previous years. His his shots per game has been higher in previous years, 2.57 the year prior, 2.26 the year prior, 2.54. So 2 to 3 shots a game is probably what you could expect there. He's either way more of a guy that gets assists. Jay Fresh, which I found it interesting, said this is pretty much the Rangers' Patrick Kane replacement, which again, I don't see it that way. I guess because he gets a good amount of assists, but I don't really see that. But either way, again, I'm not going to complain about the signing. What were his even strength goals looking like? He had 9 out of his 16 at even strength. He had, of course, then 7 of them on the power play. Even strength assist, 31 out of his 39. So he must have not got a lot of power play time. And if he did, then he is just a better even strength player, which again, I'm not complaining if the Rangers got themselves a guy who is good at even strength. So yeah, like I said, this was a no-brainer at 800K to go out there and sign a Blake Wheeler type. I'm not complaining whatsoever. I'm seriously not. And I think that if anyone is complaining, you need to give me a good enough reason to, because I just don't see how this hurts the Rangers. You could play him anywhere in the lineup. He could probably play first line, second line, or third line. So it doesn't matter. As I forgot what one insider put, a middle 9 forward, which is something new, I guess. But all jokes aside, yeah, I'm not ecstatic about it by any means. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that this is a needle game-changing move, but I do like the signing considering the fact that they're losing out probably on both Tarasenko and Kane, and they needed to fill a void there. And this is not really the worst substitute at the end of the day, especially if he's going to put 50 to 60 points. That's probably the production Tarasenko is going to give you anyway. And then on top of that, Kane, I don't know what he's going to look like when he's healthy again, and he's not going to be playing the full season, so you don't even know. But I think that's really all I have to say about Blake Wheeler. Like I said, not a bad signing. Just wanted to break down the numbers for you, break down what he's about, and give you guys some insight. So pretty much a playmaking guy yet again, which I know Ranger fans are going to not love about him, but if he's going to give you 50 to 60 points still, you cannot complain with the production there. So that for 800K especially. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live next. And I'll see you in the next one. Let's go Rangers.